Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 45 of Tyria Then, the project where that is Miko and myself, play through the Guild Wars games in story order. Miko, welcome back to this podcast.
Well, thank you, Aaron. Good to be back.
It is good. It's a really good time to be back because we've just hit a pretty milestone.
Milestone. Yes.
It's
Yes.
not mild. It's a milestone. We've finished
Yes.
Nightfall,
Yes.
meaning we have finished the core three major Guild Wars campaigns. Everything after this is like micro content.
Yeah. While they were building Guild Wars 2.
Yes. So this does not conclude the Tyria Then podcast. We're gonna do Eye of the North. We're gonna do whatever they did in Kryta with the White Mantle.
War in Kryta.
Yeah, that's the one. We're gonna do that like even more miniature side story during War in Kryta, where you go like hang out with Gwen's boyfriend for a little bit. We're gonna do that.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna do the big ol' factions movement of the world, Winds of Change content.
Yes. I'm looking forward to that because I've never actually finished that one.
Yeah,
I barely started it.
yeah. This is gonna be Winds of Change is gonna be a banger because Miko hasn't done it. Um,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna be moving on. I think we're gonna look at the books, which is crazy. And then we're gonna be in Guild Wars 2, guys. So it's fast approaching. Um,
Fast being relative term.
yeah. No, fast is. Here's the thing. It feels fast, but you want to know what confirmed for me just now that it's not fast. Um, I logged into my assassin to capture a skill, and I had a birthday present on him. Um,
Yeah.
so
It's taken us what, almost 2 years? 45 episodes has been 2 years?
yeah, our January of
For
2026 is going to be 2 year anniversary of the Tyria Then program.
That's wild.
Yes, it's pretty crazy. We should probably dive into telling these good folks about our experiences with the end of this game.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty crazy. Miko, what in the recent plot has led us up to the situation we're in right now in Nightfall?
So in our previous episode, we were teaming up with Cormier again and getting deeper into the realm of torment, deeper than she had knowledge of. And so we had to do some reconnaissance work. And by reconnaissance work, we're really just chasing her scouts. She is she wants to know what we're up against to see if we can find essentially a weakness that will help us beat Abaddon. And she lands on, or not she, it was one of her scouts actually figured out that there was a temple to the six gods that included Abaddon, and he liked it so much that he sunk it into the realm of torment with him, conveniently. And so that's basically what we found out in the main part of last episode before we went and did some side quests. Well, I did some side quests, and Aaron did a lot of side quests last episode.
Yeah, I went really hard on the reconnaissance angle. I
Yeah,
went
you
in
did.
working for Cormier, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe Abaddon liked that temple so much because his Marganites like spray painted his logo over the
Pretty
other gods
much over
there.
the other gods' faces, and
They
he
like
was like, "Yeah, I dig that graffiti. Let's bring it with us."
yeah, they like tagged it.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
he pulled it down into torment with him.
Yeah.
And so we spawn into this outpost called the Gate of Madness, which sounds like a lot of fun. Um, and we got to talk to a guy named Runic Oracle. He's just a forgotten guy that gets you into the mission. The first thing I did in this episode, because I know that this is one of the hardest missions in Guild Wars 1 period, is I spent a good amount of money runing out all my heroes.
You're so try hard. God, I love it. I did not do that.
Well,
I read the wiki and I was like, all right, I have a general idea. Let's try this.
minor vigor runes are only like 1k gold right now. They're like 1 platinum. So I just grabbed one of
Okay.
those for everybody.
Okay.
I grabbed a bunch. Everyone in my party is a caster except for Acolyte Jin. So I bought a lot of Radiant insignias and attunement
Mhm.
runes. Those aren't that expensive anymore. They're like $200 a pop
I
usually.
I tease you, but really I've been doing that on my heroes as we've been going along. I've been putting um insignias and runes on them as I've gotten drops or things that have been lying around in my bank
Yeah, my
for years.
Talcora's like protection staff still does 10 to 17 damage. She hasn't gotten to that.
Same.
She's the only one that doesn't have a good weapon.
Yeah, actually I think I invested and I got her a good weapon a couple episodes ago when we were in Bobby.
I picked up a good weapon for Dunkoro this episode.
Oh nice.
Yeah, so Dunkoro is like my right hand man at this point. If there was ever a redemption story in a podcast style let's play, it is Dunkoro, in my opinion of him in this Nightfall playthrough, because he's my boy
Is
now.
that because he just casts unyielding aura when you go down and
Yeah,
brings you back so
he
quickly?
is the MVP of my party. I would be nowhere without him. I owe him my life many times over because he has quite literally resurrected me, including
Nice.
several times this episode.
Yeah, he did that for me a couple of times this set, and I was like, "Oh, how nice you brought me back so quickly, because you're still alive." I need to fix my Donkoro. That's what I've learned.
Yeah, I'm. He's really out here. And so and then I grabbed like a bunch of survivor insignias for Acolyte Jin
Nice.
because she doesn't need energy, so I just give her health instead.
Yeah.
Now you might think like, well, you should really be getting armor based insignias. I can't puzzle through that. Okay. I come from playing this game when you either gave your heroes health or you gave them energy. Those were the two choices.
And you know what? That strategy still apparently works.
Yeah,
So
and you know
you know.
what? It worked. All right. It was a simpler time. Some might even say it was a better time. So this mission, we got to talk to this guy named Runic Oracle, and
Yep.
he's like, you have to contact the five gods at this temple because you're gonna need their blessings against Abaddon if you want to stand a chance in hell, right?
Yep. Yep.
And so I clicked enter mission, and Cormier was there, and she kind of just tags along. I was keeping an eye on her. She does not help you fight.
She doesn't help you fight at all.
Yeah,
She's really like just useless. I'm like, why are you even here? Just
the
to say, I'm gonna follow you, you lead. And I'm like, thanks.
to be in
Thanks
the
a lot.
cutscene. She is here to be in the cutscene.
You know what? Who else is in cutscenes? General Morgan, and he's not in my party.
Yeah, no, there we'll talk about the little hero walk at the end of this game because there's
Yeah.
several people who think they were there when they were not.
Yes.
And how did explain walk me through how this mission went for you? Tell me about this.
Mm. So this was now remember, as I've mentioned previously, I have no I've beaten Nightfall once. I have no memory of any of the Realm of Torment missions, so I'm basically playing this cold. I went and looked at the wiki, and I was like, all right, okay, hardest mission, got it. All right, a strategy, got that too. Let's do this. And I was doing fine. I crossed the ravine. I took out, the parties of demons and Marganite patrols, and
It starts out pretty
uh,
chill.
yeah. And I was like, all right, cool. Okay, the wiki said that there's like four groups of Shirokin that Shiro decides to like throw at you after he's taunted you a little bit. But if you go through the gate, you can take out two and leave the other two just kind of hanging out because they won't get across the gate. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'll do that. Um, and that went fine. And then I turned the corner, and then the Lich starts talking to you like, "Oh, yeah, you're still alive. Great. Come and play with my friends." Because obviously that guard guy, he's useless.
The Liches segment is a lot more difficult.
The Lich's segment, he opens Chaos Rifts. There's five of them. And chaos rifts, as we learned previously, they will spawn different enemies. And this one has that interesting kind of mechanic that we saw at the end of Prophecies, where you've got like portal wraiths that are guarding, well, the portals, and you've got to close them down so that enemies don't continue to spawn through. So the name of the game, and I had the strategy correct in my first run through because this took me several pulls, is to quickly take out the wraiths and then mop up any of the little followers that are around and move on quickly, as quickly as you can, to the next one so that you can shut down the portals as quickly as you can so that you don't have more titans coming at you. That was the
All
bane of
while
my
hordes
existence.
of enemies are patrolling, like around the
Yes,
area. They will
exactly.
collide with you.
Yes. So I went in and I was making a good little circuit, and I was like, instead of that one over there, I'll go uncross the channel and go to that one over there rather than completing the circle. This was not Miko's brightest idea. We were doing okay until we weren't, and then I was like, all right, maybe I'll take it a little bit slower. Maybe I just, decided I over-aggroed. Slower was the even worse idea, because then you get just more mobs of like Titan abominations coming at you, and they're just endless. And so I was like, great, okay, I'm going to resign and start over. I'm just gonna do it. And then I went in again. So this is now attempt number 3, and I went with my fast attempt again, my strategy, and that went fine. Closed all of the rifts. I was like, yay, team. Okay, and now the wiki says that you can cheese capping the shrines for the bonus by just flagging your heroes to go before you cross the threshold and trigger Shiro and the undead Lich from talking to you.
Oh, I didn't know you
And
could
they'll
do that.
go, oh yeah, just use your map, flag them on the map, and you can go around and they'll just do the work for you. They don't really fight much. They fight a little bit. They do take out enemies, so that's great.
So the
And
Lich and
then,
Shiro won't go after them if you don't
nope.
cross? Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah. So they hang back, and so they have some Marganites to kill, and the group can just do it on their own. So we did that. That went well. And then I went and pulled Shiro out of the door. And it was going very well
Until
until
he
it
pressed
wasn't.
impossible odds.
Until
Yeah.
he impressed impossible odds, and he took out a couple of my people. Dunkoro went down at some point. Then he came back. I don't know who the heck brought him back, but anyways, he was back. And then everybody died, and it was me and Norgu. And Norgu was doing a good job of like shutting him down because he's got an interrupt build. And I was like, huh, okay.
Did you separate
Nor
him from the Lich at this point?
Oh yeah, yeah, I had pulled him, and so I was like, why? I was like, all right, let's see if we can just run away, and because he will go back, he won't like cross the threshold of the doorway of the arena too far, so he'll actually start to go back. And I was like, okay, Norgu, let's go get our corpses, and you can res them. Why aren't you resing them? And I opened up his skill bar, and I realized Norgu did not have res, even though I had set him to monk. So I forgot to put him a res, and I had no reses on me either. And I was like, well, I'm gonna go and have dinner now. And
You
so
mean
I did that.
you didn't two-man Shiro, a heroic
God, no, no, we
final
couldn't do it.
stand?
And I was like, I'm like not even gonna.
I
I'm
think
just
his
not.
health regen will outpace your Paragon DPS.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And so I went and had dinner, regrouped, and I was like, okay, all right, I have no stance removal skills on my bar. I don't want to make my heroes too defensive when I need them to be, putting out damage. All right, so I gave Norgu empathy. I gave Talcora reversal of Re- reversal of fortune? No. What was it? What do we call it?
Reversal of damage. It's a smiting skill
Yes,
that
that's the one.
basically it, it it works like retribution does in Guild Wars
Right.
2, or
Right. And
retaliation, I
so,
guess. One
yes.
of
And
those.
so, and I was like, but the real money skill that I know will do well is Pain Inverter, which is an Eye of the North skill, and I do not have it.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
one of them
said,
broken PVE skills that
I
just
love that skill so
yeah.
much. And so I was like, okay, I don't know that I want to beat my head against Shiro for a while with my heroes. I'm going to call in a guildie and I'm going to ask her to bring Pain Inverter or Lightbringer skill. And we're just going to take him down. And so attempt number 4 went a lot better. We did the same thing with the Chaos Rifts and the shrine capping. And then she said, I've always gone and was able to pull Shiro into a shrine. And the Lich just didn't really do anything. And I was like, okay, sure, we'll try that. The Lich followed. So it was like, this isn't going well. Even though he moves really slowly, he was just kind of like being there and being a pest. And um, then people died, and then I was like, you know what? Let's reset and try this again. And attempt number 5 was the success. Yay! And everything was happy after that because we killed them both.
5 attempts. I mean, that's not too bad, honestly. I remember the first time I did this when I was new to the game. I was like like a kid, right? And so I
Mm-hmm.
was like, me and my friend from like school would go home and
Sure.
bang our heads against this mission. And at
Mm-hmm.
this point, the wiki was like not what it is now. So yeah,
Yeah.
this took me like a week to do the first time I tried to
Oh
do it
wow.
way back in
Okay.
the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a huge deal when we finally got it done.
I
Um,
bet.
yeah, this time wasn't so bad. I've done this mission a lot. I beat Nightfall on every character on my main account for the Ritualist hero that you can get at the end of Nightfall.
Mm-hmm.
Um, until Eye of the North, that was the only Ritualist hero you could have. So I
Mm-hmm.
was yeah, I would do Nightfall on every character. Um, the the part where you have to do the Chaos Rifts is very annoying because you can go fast if you make all the right decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you need to go very slow. And I had to kind of go in, get overwhelmed, run away, repull a lot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that was kind of annoying. And then you get to the temple that's the whole point we're here, right? The temple that's been mentioned in the story, and
Yes.
the bonus is to capture all the shrines. I so you did this the freeway that it describes in the wiki. I kind of glanced at the wiki, but I was like, I know how to do Gate of Madness. I'm good.
Yeah.
So I did like a Benny Hill operation, uh, just running from shrine to shrine with Shiro and the Lich in tow. Several people got killed while doing that because Shiro can just
No.
like 100 to 0 to someone very quickly.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I had to like go a few shrines and then someone would die. So I'd go cap the next shrine and then run back and res them and then run
Uh-huh.
to the next one. It was very
Uh,
complicated.
yeah.
We got that done and then we killed the Lich very quickly because he's a pushover. So I was like, well, kill him first.
He is. It's so funny because the wiki is like, be careful of his like scepter damage, and I was like, what damage?
Yeah, I think if you let him hit you flush with it, he does like over 100 damage with his auto attacks, but he attacks so slowly
Yeah,
and
like
he's attacking bone minions the majority of the time.
right, right.
He never actually hits any of my people.
Yeah.
So yeah, we killed him first because I was like, well, baby steps. I know I can kill the Lich. I don't know if I can
Hmm.
kill Shiro. So we're gonna grab this.
Right.
We're gonna grab the Lich first. Shiro goes great until you get him to a quarter health and he hits impossible odds and battle scars.
Hmm.
And then I just brush him with my scythe, and my health bar is just deleted. It turns out Vow of Strength is not conducive to fighting Shiro.
No.
Yeah, so I probably died like 4 or 5 times,
Oh.
well, on the last quarter of Shiro's health bar. But
Uh-huh.
I kind of like sacrificed myself so that the rest of my team could kill him.
Sure.
So I was the guinea pig in that situation. So you
Okay.
can, yeah, on the screen right now will probably be my hilarious attempt to touch Shiro and just immediately dying. But the team was able to pull it out, and that's what matters.
Go
And
team.
yeah, Dunkoro reses me so fast, I don't even see my health bar like brown out. I just all of a sudden
I'm
all of a
gonna have
sudden
to
I've
get
teleported and I'm like, oh, I guess I died.
I'm gonna have to get your Dunkoro build because it sounds a little bit better than mine.
It's the unyielding aura build on PVX Wiki.
Oh, sweet.
On
I'll have
under
to look at
hero
and compare mine.
Yeah, hero builds under great. You'll find under the monk section there's an unyielding aura hero build.
Yeah, because I've got an unyielding aura build on him, but I don't know. I have to see how it compares and to see where I need to reallocate things.
He's also being supported by Takora on a protection
Mm-hmm.
build, and
Mm-hmm.
she's rocking what's that skill? Restore condition. I think I've talked about her build a few times, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
she's rocking that and like some damage mitigation stuff. So they're
Nice.
like a good team. The Dunkuro
Yeah.
Takora, the classic monk hero
Oh,
team.
absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, it didn't go too bad for me, but definitely a very difficult mission. A lot of hero flagging. I don't think I've flagged my heroes more in any other mission than in this one, except maybe the next mission because the next mission I'm almost exclusively flagging my heroes the entire time.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, the next mission's interesting. We're gonna talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
After you finally get your Shiro kill here,
Yes.
the cutscene rolls.
Yes.
And the five gods kind of roll out with their avatars. And Lissa's avatar is a square, which is hilarious.
I know.
It's like the that South Park episode where like God is just like a red flat MS Paint graphic. Um,
Right.
and like all the god avatars show up, but Lissa is the leader for some reason, even though I thought Duena was the leader.
I wondered about that if it's because we're from Alona that she becomes the spokesperson for the five gods.
Maybe they're just assuming General Morgan and Takora are going to be in your party. But yeah, Lissa's kind of the point guard here for the
Hmm.
gods basketball team.
Yeah.
And the conversation we have with them is kind of vague.
It is, and I will admit that I kind of laughed because I had forgotten what this. Like I said, there's a lot that I've forgotten about the Realm of Torment. But here they are, and your character and Cormier, they are very, very serious. They're like, we are going to pray to the gods and get their help.
We're very
And
religious.
oh my gosh, like they kneel, they start praying, they start like pouring their hearts out. Like, we've fought armies, we've crossed wastelands, we've conquered demons, we've done all of these things to destroy Abaddon, but we can't do this by ourselves and we need your help. And here's Lissa coming along, and she's just like, don't worry, you're not alone. We're watching. And Cormier has the funniest line, or it's not funny, but it made me laugh. And she's just like, watching? Wait, excuse me, what? And she's just like flummoxed, like beyond flummoxed. Outraged, I would probably think is what she might be feeling. She's like, I don't need you to be watching. I need your help. Like, enough of this crap. We're
Yeah,
gonna challenge a god and we're mortals. Like, we can't do this.
well, the impression I got from it was because Lissa shows up and she's like, "Yeah, we've been watching the whole time,"
Yeah.
and Cormier's like, "You mean the whole time? You mean when I launched that doomed assault on Gundara? You were watching then? You mean
You
when
were
I was
watching
getting my
when
eyes eaten
my
by a
eyes
demon?
and
You were watching then? Okay."
exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, Cormier, if you're going to throw shade at a god, this is the right time to do it because I don't blame you for being mad. Um, but, here's Alyssa. She's like, look, when the gods walked the earth, things were great. Everybody had the gift of the gods, but things were a little bit too intense. And now you've got to realize that the gifts of the divinity, our gifts, they live inside of you. And she goes through and she's like, when you're feeling compassionate, that's Dueno. When you've got strength, that's Balthazar. And she tries to rally you up with these great things that all of your virtues are because we are there living and dwelling within you. That's our blessing. So it's she's dropping some Ralph Waldo Emerson transcendentalist. You've got the spark into the divine within you on Cormier, and Cormier is she's kind of not having it.
Yeah, she's got big Matthew McConaughey energy. She's like, "You're already blessed. I've already
Yes.
blessed you."
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. But what cracks me up, then they turn to Cormier after she's had her moment, and she's like, you are blessed, you've got all these things, and Cormier, you're even more blessed. You've got a special gift. And she basically says the decision is up to you. You can only make this decision. Peace out. We'll see you later.
It's a really weird bit of writing. She says you can make a choice that only a mortal can.
Yes.
But they don't tell you what the choice is.
No. No.
It's a really, really weird set of words to say what they're trying to say. But it seems to mollify Cormier. Cormier comes away from it and she's like, you know what, they're right. We got this.
Well, I think it's actually because at first she's not. She's just some words of encouragement, a pat on the back, what? And your character is the one who's just now hang on a second.
Yeah, we kind of talk her down a little bit. Yeah.
Calm down a little bit. They said we have a choice. And then she's just like, all right, okay, maybe you're right. Let's go and do this. We don't need no stinking gods or their avatars. Let's go. So she has her little tantrum at the end and just kind of marches off in a huff.
Yeah, and when we decide that armed with only a vague choice,
Yes.
we're gonna go defeat the God of Secrets.
Yeah.
It's great.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes us end up in the Abaddon's Gate mission outpost. We go from a place, the Gate of Madness, where the ground is very red, to a place where the ground is maroon burgundy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the scenery is pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to talk to a guy named Keeper Shirish, who will start the mission for us. I wish there was a more interesting mission start NPC for the finale mission.
Yeah.
I know that fundamentally doesn't matter to anyone. No one cares. Right. But it's the last mission. It should be Cormier or somebody important. Who's that guy that we kept having to talk to at the Sunspear Great Hall? Castellan Puba. It should be Castellan Puba that starts this mission for you. 100%.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's this Shirish guy who's just a forgotten. And it's funny when we say I would like to go face down with the God of Secrets. He says, quote, "I don't recommend it."
Yeah.
Which is an insane thing to say to somebody who's the hero of the story.
Right.
And so we hop in, and Cormier is there as usual, and she gives a rousing speech.
Yeah, but did you get the rally your troops kind of option for a cinematic? Did you do this one?
Yeah, I thought that was just gonna replay the Gate of Madness cinematic. Nope. What is this?
So this is your character rallying your team.
Why doesn't this just play at the beginning of the mission?
I don't know. They've got it separate. It's very strange. And did
you record this?
Character... I did.
Oh hell yeah! Let's go. Miko with the save.
Yeah, because I was like, well, what's this button? And then I get it. And your character is Abaddon is within. His power is that of a god. No matter what happens, remember one thing: you never fight alone. And then, so you're basically shooting back Cormier's words to your team.
And then you enter the mission, and Cormier rips off your speech.
Pretty much.
All over again.
Pretty much. 100% yes, because in this cutscene, like the all of them are there, like Donkoro, Morgan, Talcor, everyone, Milani, whether they're in your party or not. And then Cormier is just like, you ask Cormier, are you ready? And she's like, yeah, I think so. And she's like, lead on, I'll follow. And I was like, all right, cool. Cormier's gonna follow. And then you enter the mission, and then Cormier's just like, just remember, all of our efforts have. And I'm like, bro, you just stole my speech. What are you doing? And then she throws in her whole, for the Sin Spears, for Ariston, for the 5 true gods. And I'm like, all right, okay.
It,
Cormier is just rocked it up to 11.
I thought it was weird how she said for the 5 true gods after we just got off on the wrong foot with them like 10 minutes ago.
Exactly. I was like, oh, now they're your friends again?
Yeah,
Okay.
and she does kind of go off like immediately. Like she had like some smelling salts before that or something.
Yeah,
She like snorted her pre-workout before
I guess.
heading into the mission.
Yeah.
And so we charge down, and this mission is like pitch black, so like pitch black backdrop with like some stars in the sky, and then just like a platform in the middle of like space and time, and Abaddon himself like standing there, but like so it's a head and like
It's a head and 2
and
hams.
2 hands like he's a toddler with like those toddler trays, like a high chair at the table.
Yes.
He really like he always reminds me of a toddler in a high chair in this mission,
Yeah.
especially the way he bangs his fists on the ground.
Nice.
Um,
What cracks? Well, I shouldn't. I can't say that this cracked me up, and I should use a better phrase. But what struck me with this is that here's Abaddon. This entire campaign, he's been trying to manipulate you, or characters by like seeping into their brains, like whispering things at them. And he doesn't say boo at you in this entire mission.
yeah, he doesn't have any
He's silent.
dialogue.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I did notice that as well. Abaddon
I think
is
yeah, he didn't say boo or anything else.
yeah, because Cormier is she yells at him like we're going in.
Yeah.
She's giving a speech, and Abaddon takes this nowhere.
No, like he has nothing to say. He like, had his demons chomping on her eyes. He like got into her head and was making her hear things, see things.
There should be back and forth with Cormier and
There
Abaddon
should be a lot of
after every burn phase, pretty much.
yes.
Because this mission happens in burn phases.
Mm-hmm.
So describe to me what maneuver are you employing to execute this mission?
I was going for the hams, and then I was going for the head. And so I
Because
was
he's
going.
chained up. You gotta kill Graven
Yeah.
monoliths to undo his chains, so that he will like bend down and rest his chin
can't-
on the table, so you can punch him in the face.
Pretty much. Yes. And so I was doing, as you're facing him, his left hand, so our right. So I was going right, left, head, right, left, head, and I just did that.
Yeah, and
on
I'm
repeat.
I'm doing a loop basically. I do the right hand, then the left hand, and then you do the burn phase at the head, and then as soon as that ends, I'm flagging everybody the hell out of there, and we're doing the loop again.
Yeah.
Torment claws spawn like behind you a lot,
Yeah.
and I think one of them killed somebody at one point. They hit really hard
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So the Lightbringer's gaze skill is very handy.
for interrupting
can use it.
their thwop. Yeah, because they do a thwop.
Yes.
And Abaddon's a chunky boy. He's got a lot of health. He doesn't
Yeah.
really like. He's annoying. His skills are annoying, but he's not super deadly.
No.
And Graven monoliths aren't super deadly. One thing I was noticing is since he inflicts daze, like AoE daze, which makes your spells take twice as long to cast, he was kind of neutering my party with that a little bit.
Oh yeah, because you got a lot of casters. Yeah.
Yeah, he hit us with that and then the knockdown, and there was a Graven monolith that like tanked my entire party with Ether Feast for like 2 solid minutes. Just because we kept getting dazed and knocked down. It was bizarre. Yeah, that's all that's in this mission though is Graven Monoliths and Abaddon.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of understand why he works through like minions because he's not that powerful himself.
Mm-mm.
Because yeah, we're this mission is notorious for being the easiest of the three like end game missions in the campaigns.
Yeah. Yes.
It's very short too. You just spawn in and whack Abaddon. It's not
Mm-hmm.
complicated. I'd say it took me about 4 passes to kill him.
Nah, that's probably right.
Yeah. Um, and when you get done smacking him in the face,
Yeah.
a big old cutscene rolls. This is the finale cutscene to the game. Did he drop anything for you?
No.
He dropped a white briarwood scythe for me. Wasn't even max damage.
Cheap ass bastard.
Man was holding out on me.
Yeah.
Um, what did you think of this cutscene?
I mean, this cutscene's pretty famous. It's gotten memed quite a bit in the Guild Wars community fandom. Um, your 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 character is like, "Oh no, Abaddon's breaking up," and Cormier is just like, "Oh, incredible, all that knowledge." And here's Cormier, like she got into trouble because she wanted to know too much. Um, and so she's like in awe of all of the power that's leaching out
She
from
wanted to know
him.
secrets.
Yeah, and so your character is like trying to rally the team to like get out of here. Let's get out of here. He's gonna blow, and she's just like, I'm gonna go into him, and you're like, I'm sorry, what? Did you just say you're gonna run into Abaddon? And Cormier was like, I can do it. I can contain his power.
She's
This is the gift that the avatars gave me.
yeah.
And you famously are like, Cormier, no. And she's like, no, you said it yourself. It's about a choice that only a mortal can make. And she goes out, does a high jump, and basically dives into his
She
mouth.
she presses she
And
types slash jump into her chat prompt.
yes, and jumps into his mouth basically, and then all of a sudden you see his little exoskeleton drop down, and then she pops up and she's glowing all like golden, shimmery. And you're like, Corbier? And she's like, yes, and no, and much more. And we're like, I'm sorry, what? And so you find out here is she has absorbed all of his power and his knowledge, and she's the new god of secrets.
Yes, and I believe she doesn't refer to herself as the goddess of truth yet. I think she just says
No.
there's a new god of secrets, and it's
Yeah.
me, motherfucker. Um,
Yes.
yeah, and she's like huge too. She's got a
Yep.
cool aura. She's got like a yellow
Mm-hmm.
orange aura.
Yep.
And she like sets up a little yellow brick road for us out of torment.
Yes.
This ending famously players did not like this ending because they felt
No.
like it ripped off the glory from their character,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yeah.
I never actually really cared, because like when I play a game that's an online game, I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm fully aware that my character fundamentally cannot mean anything to the narrative, right?
Right.
So like this ending was just like, oh well, that's the end to me. And then I
Yeah.
I slowly learned that like people don't like this, and I was like, what
Mm-hmm.
do you want? They're not gonna
Yeah.
make you the god of truth, and then you're gonna go do like the Halloween event. That doesn't make any sense, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You got the god of truth over here, like I'm farming Nicholas the Traveler gifts. That just is
That doesn't make sense.
that's
Yeah.
just weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have a problem with this ending. This is just a typical way that MMOs handle storytelling, but
Yeah.
a lot of people felt jilted by how
Yeah.
this went. How
Yeah.
do you feel about this ending?
I didn't care. I thought the meme I find the meme like the outrage I get or the disappointment, and I found the meme of it quite funny. Because I can see it. I'm like, yeah, okay, fine.
Do you
But I
think
mean,
if there was a in the cutscene, if our character tried to go through And or rather, do you think
Like if
if
yeah.
Cormier told our character that we should be the one to go through, and we were like, "No, Cormier, you should do it." Do you think if we gave it
Or
away that people would be a little more lenient?
maybe, or if we had like tried and then gotten like repelled or something, and then Cormier then was like, no, 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 you have to save yourself. I'll and basically sacrifice myself because it seemed like I think the way that the dialogue is written, um, she's she's quite eager to jump in, um, and um,
She seems a little selfish.
she seems a little selfish, which is sort of that's kind of Cormier. Like that's the trait that you've been hearing about from back when we were in Istan. Like some people were saying, like no, Cormier is selfish. Like that's one of her great criticisms
Like you could
that
call
she
her
just
the goddess of truth, or you could call her the goddess of being nosy as fuck.
right, right. You know,
The
to
goddess
the
of
exclusion of
nosiness.
the goddess of nosiness. Yes,
The goddess
and
of curiosity.
yeah, yes. Um, so you know,
Yeah, I wonder if they wrote because like the way it's written is you just stand there and watch this happen. I wonder if they
hmm
wrote it like she's like barely containing the power and she's like you have to get out of here, right?
right,
Or you're gonna
yeah,
die, and it like made it seem like a sacrifice. And then
yes, that's it.
as like a byproduct, she ends up ascending. I think that would
Yeah,
have rubbed people the wrong way a lot less than
yeah,
her
I
just
agree.
being like, and now for my big moment.
Yeah, yes, yes,
She's like,
yeah,
thanks, losers, and just
yeah,
jumps
and
in.
well, and you know, and then your character is like, if you need help, and she's like, oh yeah, I will, but you've got your world back, you know, be gone.
She's like, you're basically on call. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Again, I don't personally care, but I can kind of see how the way it's presented, Cormier kind of comes off as a bit of a, uh, you know, bit of a bell end.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
Well,
that
and that's a
is
good phrase.
yeah, it's a one from across the pond. We don't say that here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
borrowing
no,
it.
I know. Yeah, I know. It's a good phrase.
Yeah.
It's all right.
And that's the conclusion of the Nightfall campaign. It dumps us in. It dumps us in an epilogue rather, an epilogue
Yes,
instance. I
in
just
the throne of secrets.
yeah, I just titled it Hero Walk on my bullet
Hero
point
walk. I
list.
mean, that's better than what I was calling it. I'm like, what is this called again? And I'm like writing up my notes, and I'm like, perp walk? No, that's the wrong term.
Perp. Yes, we spawned into the perp walk.
Yeah.
Koss has us by the collar, and he's
Oh my gosh.
he's forcing us down the line. Um, it's the same epilogue, kind of epilogue instance as the last two games. I thought it was kind of
Mhm.
weaker than the last two games epilogue instance,
Yeah,
honestly,
I think it's shorter.
for
It's
sure.
a shorter walk for sure.
Less dialogue.
Um, yeah, less dialogue. I was happy to see that the gang were there, even though I never partied up with them. And
The,
I'm like, all right, you guys think that you've been hanging out with me for this whole time? Cool.
yeah, I was like, it's
Um,
nice that they're here, and they have the most dialogue by far.
they do, but
They're not in the
and then they're
game
like,
though.
no, and they're like, okay, we're going back to Ascalon now, and I was like, for what? I'm like, don't you have like things to do in Kryta? Munlo, what are you doing? And of course, Sin is just like, yeah, can we blow this place? Like, let's just get out of here.
Sin
This is
is
boring.
Sin is more edgy here. She's like, peace is boring. she,
Yeah.
she's a
Yes.
she's like a goth. She's like a high school goth kid.
Goth, yeah, yeah, for
Um,
sure.
yeah, and they are all kind of just sitting there patting us on the back, saying
hmm
various versions of congratulations. They
Yeah,
congratulate us on defeating a god and creating a new one, which they point out is something that hasn't happened in like millennia.
right.
Um,
Like we did that. Yeah, okay.
I don't think it's happened since Grenth busted up Doom.
Right.
So Grenth and Cormier. I did think it was kind of weird that when you were fighting Abaddon, did you notice that he has like mandibles?
Yes.
I wonder if that's something that
Abaddon's
like he
okay.
inherits from like the
The
insectoid
arachnid
god
thing.
that he
Yeah.
usurped. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I found so the one thing that I was when right before we started recording, so the one thing that I found most interesting because I didn't see this in the actual instance of the mission, but on the load screen, if you like, look, it's it's Abaddon. He's there, his like little arachnoid self, and but it's got its mouth open, and there's a dude standing in the middle because if you look at like the statues of Abaddon, the paintings of Abaddon, it's a human. It's like a humanoid form, and it's got like this great mane of tentacly hair.
Hmm.
Um, and but that's not who you fight.
You fight the Wizard of Oz.
You fight the Wizard of Oz. He's like in this exoskeleton, is what I'm calling it. Um,
It's
and
like a
it's
it's like a projection or a manifestation that he chooses to
yeah,
use.
right.
But
And
his
and
like
that's the thing, yeah, that you're having to fight like that has like the his tentacles and his hands.
he's got like an avatar in there, like piloting that thing like a mech suit.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yes, like a mech suit. Yes, that's perfect. Yes.
I kind of like
He's
that.
he what is that anime with the mech suits? The big one. I
Gundam,
can't remember.
Ultraman,
Yes. Gundam.
Gundam. Gotcha. Never
Yes.
seen a single Gundam
It
episode,
doesn't matter. You've
but
seen the
I
pictures, I'm
know.
sure,
Oh yeah,
online.
no, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's Neon Genesis Evangelion or
Yes,
Jellion.
Evangelion.
Gellion.
Evangelion, yes.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
One of them. That's you heard it here first, guys. Abaddon is from Neon Genesis Evangelion. Yeah, super super weird. Did you manage to grab a screenshot of that, or was it too hard?
I grabbed a screenshot as cleanly as I could get it of the load screen, but it's got my party information that kind of loaded in. I was trying to I was hitting the print screen thing as quickly as I
We'll
could,
see if
and
we
that was
can
the quickness that I could get.
we'll see if we can like load it into MS Paint and use the circle tool to like make a red circle around what we're
Yes.
trying to look at.
Yeah.
There are all the heroes in this epilogue instance. Not all of them have much to say.
No.
Koss made a big deal out of us just kicking Abaddon's ass together. Koss definitely was not there with me.
I thought Koss was talking to Milani about that.
Neither of them were there with me.
Hilarious because like he and Milani were together, and yeah, they were just like chatting.
Yeah, my note says Koss says I couldn't have done it without him, even though I literally did, because he most certainly wasn't there.
Right.
Acolyte Sasuke says that they are building a statue of me in Istan that's 20 feet high. Uh,
Did
and
he get pop-up dialogue or did he get a speech bubble?
he got
Sasuke.
both. He got both because I had to take a quest from him because I don't have him yet.
How funny, because I didn't see a pop-up dialogue from him. Or even a speech bubble. I saw the Costas pop up and Milani. Morgan gets a speech bubble. I didn't see it pop up for him.
Morgan was like, they say a wise man chooses his enemies or something like that. But
Uh-huh.
me, I was just glad to be there as your friend, and I was like, Morgan, we're not friends. Stop, dial it back. You
Right.
were in my party for one mission because I had to. Okay, go away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I didn't really. Takora apparently is going to go stick with us and travel the world.
Hmm.
Gorin is very sad to see her go. If anybody remembers Gorin, he was in Vabi at
Yes.
one point.
Right.
We did not take him with us because he's a warrior and he's bad.
No. Right.
Norgu is there too, and I don't
Yep.
think he said anything particularly memorable.
I think he said you'd all be welcome back. Something to the effect of like you'll be welcome back in Bobby
It's
anytime.
like, shut the fuck
Go
up,
see the
Norgu. You're
world.
in my
Yeah.
party. Like, you're not.
Yeah.
You're coming with
I
me.
kind of got the vibe that he was like trying to hit on Talcora. It was kind of funny.
I think he's that kind of guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't have any other notations of things that people said in this instance.
No. that was pretty much it.
Yeah, it's very much a low key epilogue instance compared to the prophecies one where there's like 30 minutes of ambient dialogue after.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so much ambient dialogue after prophecies. I was actually like sitting there reading it all. I was
Mhm.
starting to be like, should I just record this and read this later?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, big change between
Yeah.
those two games. I think there was more dialogue in the factions one as well. Because
I think
factions
so.
kind
And it
of
was also quite long,
yeah,
the factions one.
because factions had a lot of side characters that had like
Hmm.
their moment in the plot.
Yeah.
Whereas in Nightfall, we kind of stick with the same group for a lot of the
Hmm.
game.
Yeah.
So you make it to the end of this, and you can choose a weapon from the keepers of weapons.
Hmm.
What did you pick?
I picked a shield because I already have two green, pretty good green spears for my Paragon, so I picked a shield
That makes
because
sense.
green. Yeah.
I've already got a green everything on each of my characters. They're all two-handed weapon people, so I ended up
Nice.
getting a nice new healing staff for Dunkoro.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Yeah, so my man Dunkoro is up here with 62 energy now. He's really
Ooh.
big. And then there you can go over to a guy named like uh, Varesh, or it's not Varesh. Varesh is the bad guy in the game. It's his name starts with a V. He's a forgotten dude, and he'll
Yes.
take you back to Istan. And I forgot to record this cutscene, but it plays you a cutscene.
Yeah. Yeah. Volatis, that's the name of
And
the forgotten guy.
Game of Thrones ass name.
Yeah.
The cutscene basically takes us through like the current state of affairs now that we've won. It
Hmm.
shows Kasa and Milani like retiring to a farm, which is
Yes.
going to be canonical in my playthrough because they're not going to be in my party ever again.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and then it cuts to Morgan like being a captain in the Sun Spears or something.
Yeah, he's now the one training the Sun Spears, so
He's
maybe
the
they'll be,
he's the new
good.
Cormyr.
He's the new
Um,
core beard, but yeah.
and then there's a statue of Cormyr as the goddess of truth in Korna, and she's like holding Abaddon's mask like down by her side. And there's like a
Is that what it is?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
was wondering what she was leaning her foot on, and she's got like some books that are in her hand. It's a very kind of like, anime, teenage anime girl pose, the
Yeah.
way that she, but that same statue is in the Throne of Secrets instance.
Yeah, she's in the Sailor Moon transformation pose. She's like halfway through. Um,
Yes.
yeah, and then the cutscene narration is just like this is the same cutscene from the beginning of the game, except it's
Yes,
the
it is.
end of the game.
Yes. And
Um,
now there's no, threat over Alona,
and then at the
hovering over
very end of the
Alona.
cutscene, Rafiki is holding Simba up to the sun. And then it cuts to black and it rolls credits.
Right.
No,
But
that
what
would be
what
copyright
cropped
infringement. Disney would take them
now?
down.
But did you see the statue of Cormyr in the Throne of Secrets instance?
No, I didn't. I didn't catch that.
It's there, and I was like, "Well, how y'all already got a statue up to this bitch? What the hell?
They
That was
whipped that up.
fast."
Yeah, they whipped that up
Yeah,
real quick.
I was like,
Um,
"You've forgotten her quick."
I wonder if she used her. You know what? It would be a very Cormier thing to become a goddess and immediately be like, I need to put up some statues.
Yeah, like here you go. I made it myself.
Yeah, like her first kind of testing of her godly powers is I'm gonna manifest some statues right here
Hmm.
in the Throne of Secrets.
Yeah,
That checks out actually.
yeah,
That's the end of Nightfall. That's the end of the plot. There
yeah.
is a little bit of a post quest that we did. How are you feeling about the end of Nightfall, the end of the core three campaigns? What is this like for you?
It was pretty good. I liked it better. I liked Nightfall better after this playthrough. Like I said, I've played through Nightfall once, and it's never been my favorite campaign. It has improved. My
Yeah,
opinion of it has improved for sure.
I think Factions is the most visually striking one,
Mhm.
so it sticks with a lot of people as a favorite.
Mhm.
Factions is also really short, so it doesn't take a long time to play through.
Yeah,
Nightfall, while it's very good, it's a bit long.
it is a bit long. Yeah.
And I think the Realm of Torment is really good. Like, I was actually, because I
Hmm.
didn't remember a lot about Torment either, and playing through it, I was like, wow, this is a lot of really good stuff.
Hmm.
Um, but I think it's kind of got the Baldur's Gate 3 problem where it puts all this really good stuff in at the end when you're kind of ready to be done, and
Right.
you don't really want to focus on a whole new, well designed area anymore. You kind of just want to go mission, 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 done.
Right.
So I don't know if the Realm of Torment gets to enjoy the praise for being as good as it is because most people by the time they get there they're ready to be done.
Hmm.
But I was very pleasantly surprised by Torment this time. I was like, this is some good stuff. All these areas look really cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of heavy lore in here. And then
Yeah.
I drove myself to madness playing through everything Torment had to offer.
Yes, and you know that there is an elite mission it's an optional mission, the Gate of Anguish mission, which I'm pretty sure I'd never played through it. But I figure you have.
Yeah, it's less a mission and more of a staging ground, kind of like the Temple of the Ages is to go to the underworld and
Okay,
Fissure of Woe. Domain of
nice.
Anguish is the Abaddon god realm, and it's where his like generals are hanging out after he died,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Hmm.
you got to go do that. There's like 4 or 5 areas, and then there's a big Malix fight at the end.
Oh, the Malix fight. I've done that one, or at least I think I've started it. I don't know
You've
that I actually finished it.
Yeah, what happens is you take a quest, and the
Hmm.
quest has 4 subquests to kill the 4 sub-bosses, and then you
Yes.
can get the quest to kill Malix, and you earn like rewards you can use to get tormented weapons while you do all that.
Yes.
It's all excruciatingly difficult and uncompletable without breaking the game. So, because by that point they've released 2 games already, they know about the cheesy builds people can come up with. So they
Hmm.
basically engineered the content in the Domain of Anguish to require you to do these cheesy build strats to beat. Like you can't just load up a couple of monks and some elementalists and tank and spank it. It doesn't work that way.
Right. Right.
So yeah, really difficult content in the Domain of Anguish. We're probably not
Hmm.
going to do that because it's not very story heavy. It's more about the challenging gameplay and guys, we're just not that level of gamer, unfortunately.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
we
I
do
mean, I
have to
know it's got
go to
like
this area.
yes, yeah, and I know it's got. I mean, I know that like Malix becomes more lore interesting later on, which I think is probably well that, and also I was trying to probably get like tormented weapons for the Hall of Monuments or something. Um, so yeah,
Yeah, I did
I know that I went in there. I did go in there for that.
yeah, I did a lot of the Domain of Anguish stuff back when I was like grinding this game for my Hall of Monuments.
Hmm.
Because I wanted it like it's a lot cheaper to do like other prestige weapons, but I was like I
Hmm.
gotta have one tormented weapon in there, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So I've got like a tormented scythe laying around on my main account. But we do have to go to this Domain of Anguish area to get the quest to get the final hero you can get in the game. You can only unlock this guy after you have beaten the game.
Yeah.
You got to go to the Chantry of Secrets and you got to talk to the guy and be like, hey, I'm the guy. And he's like, oh shit, you're the guy. And they let you through the gate to the statue of Cormyr that they have there. And you can slash Neil and she'll be like, yo, do you want to go? Do you want to go fight some more demons? Because I like kind of got a demon problem here.
Right.
And then she'll teleport you to the Gate of Anguish, where you stage for the Domain of Anguish content. And there's a guy here named, let me see if I can get this dude's name right, Chaplain Firatis.
Yeah, that sounds right.
There's 2 Y's in this name, guys. Guess where they are.
Yes.
And I think the designation of chaplain is very funny.
Hmm.
But he has a quest for us called Finding a Purpose.
Yeah.
What's this quest about?
This quest is to go in to Abaddon, the heart of Abaddon, to track down. Well, you're basically going in to take out some more demons.
Yeah, we're just like going
But
exploring. The quest objective
yeah,
is explore the heart of Abaddon.
yeah. And when you get in there, there's obviously some demon patrols in there, and strangely enough, some NPCs that are non-hostile, called Binding Guardians.
That look like they're at the res shrine, and I was trying to talk to one for like 15 seconds to get a shrine bounty, and then I realized that that's not what these are.
No, they are, and they look like ritualist spirits.
Yes, and they this area that we spawn into, the heart of Abaddon, there's like eyes in the wall, and the wall has teeth. It's creepy looking.
Mm-hmm. It is very creepy looking.
You know what? We never talked about the whole. We've done like 3 Realm of Torment episodes. We've never brought up the like area effects that happen in the different areas.
Yeah, like the one in the Gate of Madness, which kind
Reduces
of tries to
healing.
boost your healing, and I'm like, thanks.
Yeah, and in the gate of or in the domain of fear, you like attack slower. They're pretty
Hmm.
annoying. They're not punishing to the point where they're like game breaking, but they're annoying
Yeah,
for sure.
they are annoying.
Each area has a unique one, and I wanted to note that the Heart of Abaddon doesn't have one. Thank God,
Yeah,
because I'm so
yeah.
over it.
I'm wondering if it doesn't have one because he's dead.
I would assume so. Yeah, I would assume his influence isn't being exerted anymore, so we don't
Yeah.
have to deal with that. Um, and when you spawn into this area, there's a lot of demons. There's like probably 25 demons in this first
There's
room.
like, yes, that first room is like a group of 4 patrols, and there's like tons of words of madness in them. Um,
I was fighting like
so I,
4 words of madness at a time at one
oh
point.
my gosh, it's so annoying. So I went in, because I'm like, again, don't remember. I have Raza unlocked. Um, don't remember this quest at all. So I went in and I was like, all right, cool. Lots of patrols. I'll pull. Well, I pulled, but I didn't pull all the way to the back of where you come in from. I pulled a little bit too close, and my party got overwhelmed. And when you wipe, you get to return to the outpost because there are no res shrines here. And so I was like, all right, next time we're going in again, and I'll just flag my heroes to the door, go in with my bow, pull one group at a time. And that's how you get through the initial blob of 4 patrols. And the rest
Yes.
of them aren't that bad. When you're exploring the paths to try and find Raza, the rest of them are just like, one patrol here, another patrol there. It's just that first room that's madness.
Yeah, I was gonna try and pull in this first room, and then another group came in, and then another group came in, and at a certain point, I was just like, you know what, the more the merrier. Let's do this. And I managed to emerge victorious. But yeah, fighting 5 word of madness at the same time is not fun because they're
It's not a
monks
good time.
and they
Yeah,
heal the hell out of each other.
they do.
The
And they
only
also
way,
have one of those reversal of whatever skills on them.
yeah, and the
Yeah.
only way to really do it is if you time your vow of strength with your sand shards and your whirlwind attack and kill all 5 of them in one hit, which took several tries to actually set up successfully. After that, you can kind of move into the area, and I didn't notice the lack of res shrines. I noticed that the banished guardian thing wasn't a res shrine NPC,
Yeah.
and then now that checks out that there's no actual res shrines.
Yeah.
Very annoying. Your quest objective takes you back to this guy standing in the middle of what I want to call, for want of a better term, a clearing.
Yes.
This is just a round orange room,
Hmm.
and he's named Raza. What's his
Yeah.
deal?
His deal is he tells you, who are you? What are you doing here? And where are you from? And his deal
And
is
who
that
am
he
I?
tells you, and who am I? Basically, he's just like, I was born of the mists for a purpose, but I can't remember what that purpose is. Um, uh, and you're like, whoa, okay, you want to be my ally? He's like, I don't know what allies is. What is this thing that you're talking of? I can't leave here because even though Abaddon is, I can't feel his presence anymore. His guardians are still shackling me here. So if you want me to come along, you're gonna have to go and free me from them.
You're, yeah, you're basically just like, all right, dude, just come with me.
Yeah.
And you got to go free him from these binding guardians. And this task appears like it's going to be easy at first.
Yes, it does.
Did you get ambushed by these things?
I got ambushed on the first group because you get a pop up of like Marganite enemies, like just a patrol, bless you. And I was like, whoa, I was not expecting that because I did not. I mean, even though I kind of glanced at the wiki, I didn't read in detail. I was like, it'll be fine. It's just gonna go get Rosa. It's no big deal. Yeah. So I was like, oh, pop up mob. All right. Well, I'm so glad I still have my Lightbringer skill on my bar.
Did you
Uh,
so there's two of these binding guardians in like near the same spot. Did you get
yeah.
pop-upped by both groups at the same time?
No.
I did. Uh,
Oh God.
yeah, no, it's bad. Because one of them is Marganites and the other one are Shadow Soldiers,
Shadow soldiers, yeah.
which I don't think we've brought up on the show. We did fight them last episode in the
Yeah.
Domain of Secrets, but we forgot to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about them. These
Yeah, they're
guys,
Menzies dudes, right?
yeah, these guys work for Menzies, the black sheep of the Balthazar family. Um,
Yes.
and their elementalists hit really hard, and their
Yeah.
monks have word of healing.
Yeah.
And then so you're sandwiched between Marganites and these guys, and I had a bad time. I didn't wipe,
No.
but I did have to run away and kind
That's
of
I'm so sorry.
reorganize. But
Right.
it's all okay because I got a cool drop from
Oh,
this ambush group. I got a gold staff called Dragon's Envy.
oh,
This
nice.
is a new item. This is introduced with the 20th anniversary update.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Look at you
Um,
getting the cool stuff.
yeah, and it had a ritualist requirement on it too, 9
Uh-huh.
communing.
Uh-huh.
So I set Raza up with a build that had communing so that I could use this staff. So he's got this sweet
Nice.
staff now. So that was it came with a improved sale price inscription, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But otherwise, it's a very cool item. And then the last binding guardian is just by himself, and he's pretty easy. Well, he spawns a bunch of titans. Never mind.
Yeah, he does.
Uh,
And then you've got to deal with like the stupid madness titans.
Yeah, and there's 4 of the Titan abominations, and you've got to be really careful here because if you kill all of them, then you're dealing with 8 pain titans, which are fire
Yeah.
elementalists, and that's really
Hmm.
bad. And then you're talking 16 madness titans.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, nightmare situation. Managed to get through it. I don't do a lot of damage to the madness titans. They have a lot of armor. They're dervishes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then after
Mhm.
you do that, you can go back to Raza, and he keeps describing himself as a child of the mists,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
he's basically going to tag along with us now.
Mm-hmm. He's like, I've got to, but it basically tells you, like, right, I'll find you later. I've got to process this.
Yeah, this quest is called Finding a Purpose.
Yeah,
And Raza is like, hey, I don't have a purpose. If I come with you, maybe I'll
I'll
find a
have a purpose.
purpose.
Right, yeah.
Which is a very fantasy ass way of saying, listen, man, I got nothing going on.
Exactly.
You taking recruits or like what's up? Because
Yeah.
I'm bored. Um,
Mhm.
so we get to take Raza with us. He is a ritualist hero. He is the first ritualist hero. He is also an anything hero. You can come back to
He is
this
an
area with him and
Mhm.
change his
Mhm.
profession,
Yep.
like his primary profession, which is wild.
Yeah.
So he's the best hero in the game for that reason alone.
Yeah. He
Uh,
really is.
until they released mercenary heroes on the store, but we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't talk about
Yeah.
mercenary heroes. You have any mercenary heroes on your account?
Nope.
Yeah, me either.
No.
Shame on you if no, I'm joking. You can have mercenary heroes if you want. I don't care. Shame on you if you have mercenary heroes in this 20-year-old game.
Yeah.
So then I immediately went and turned this quest into the chaplain guy who was like, he basically goes, "Wow, bro, that's crazy."
Pretty much.
He's like a child of the mist. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we get a quest reward, and I immediately went to kit out Raza, So
Right.
I runed him out with channeling runes and communing, and then I hit him with like the radiant insignias, right? So he's got
Uh,
energy, and then so I copied the build template off of PVX Wiki for the Signet of Spirits Ritualist, and I pasted onto Raza, and it fills in
you don't.
exactly zero skills because I have none of
Oh,
them.
right.
So I had to hop on the assassin and spend some money and get some skills. I went and I captured Signet of Spirits, and now Raza is a full Signet of Spirits ritualist for me.
Nice.
And he's definitely taken Acolyte Jin's spot. Acolyte Jin is out. Um, she had a good we had a good run, Jin, but you're out.
So are you thinking that you're gonna take your dervish into Eye of the North?
I should because I just spent like 30 platinum outfitting my heroes, so it'd be
You really should.
kind of wasteful not to use them.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know what I'm gonna do because I've got Raza now on a Paragon. I'm not sure that I want to go through Eye of the North on a Paragon
Paragon, what
or
you've gone through the whole
Mhm.
game on Paragon. Give us the final review of Paragon.
It's okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I will say it's okay. It's probably it's grown on me some. Um it's just it's not the kind of supporty kind of build or class that I really like to play. But I mean it's all right. I understand it better now, that's for sure. Um, but yeah, no. So I'm kind of like, maybe I'll take my ritualist in. It kind of would be cool to take Raza in, because he can be anything. But that means I'd have to beat Nightfall on my ritualist, and get Raza. So I'm like, what do I do? So I
Yeah,
don't know.
I
I've got
don't.
decisions to make.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have the grit to do that. Um,
Hmm.
Eye of the North does give you heroes, so you don't necessarily have to
Yes.
have heroes loaded up to
No.
do Eye of the North.
No. Yeah.
Um, I'm struggling with the. I really like my party I have now. Like I like all the classes I've
Hmm.
gotten there and stuff, but
Yeah.
I also want to sub in the Eye of the North heroes for like story flavor. Um,
Yeah.
there's gonna be some tough decisions that need to be made.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because everything's a downgrade essentially. Because like Jorah is a warrior hero, right? That's gonna be rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pyre Fear Shot's a ranger. I just offloaded my ranger. I don't want one
Right.
back.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But what would you, as a closer, like kind of a closing item for
Mhm.
having finished these three campaigns, at what point across the three games would you say the Guild Wars gaming experience felt strongest for you?
Well, that's a good question. Um, I think story wise, they hit a good cadence with Nightfall.
Hmm.
Um, I still I still like the faction story. It's still all right. I still like that campaign quite a bit. Um, so yeah, it's kind of a right now. It's sort of like this toss up. Like I like Nightfall a little bit better now. I appreciate it more now than I did in my previous playthroughs. And I had come into doing our podcast like nothing's gonna top factions. I love factions. I still love factions, but Nightfall is has I would say leaped over prophecies, and is in a close second,
Hmm.
in my I guess story
I think one of the
appeal.
yeah, one of the
Mhm.
difficulties with Nightfall is the story is good. Cormyr is not super inspiring or likable,
No.
and that
Yeah.
makes it difficult because Master Togo is very likable.
Yes.
So he's a much more like you're much more inclined to be endeared to his campaign.
Hmm.
I think for me the game was the strongest in Kining City. Uh, I think that's the
Through all
most
of the sewers.
maybe not the sewers, but just those episodes where we were just like doing quests in Kining City.
Uh-huh.
That was a good time. I was
Yeah.
it was like a high point in the game for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, for sure.
Very, very well designed, flavorful area, Kaining City.
Yeah, and
So
I thought that in factions, the side quests that develop the NPCs to kind of flesh out the world a bit, that was more interesting
yeah,
than in Nightfall.
yeah, I would be
So,
inclined to agree. Like Istan and Korna are the most heavily developed areas, I think, in Nightfall,
mhm.
and Korna is just kind of boring, unfortunately. Um,
Vabi's very beautiful. I still love the Vabian aesthetic.
yeah, Vabi's great.
Um,
Um,
mhm.
Vabi's great. I really like the. I think my favorite area in Nightfall is actually the Realm of Torment. Weirdly enough,
Yeah.
is just so far gone from anything else in Guild Wars. It's so
Mhm.
different.
Mhm.
Um, and then prophecies is just kind of rough all the way through. Uh,
Mhm.
I think I actually so I in prophecies I used to really dislike Old Ascalon. This series definitely gave me a new appreciation for Old Ascalon. Quite like Old Ascalon, having played through it on
Yeah.
here.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, and
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where I'm at with the Guild Wars franchise. All three games good.
Yeah.
Um, Nightfall probably my favorite all the
Mhm.
way through, but I
Yeah.
think Kaineng City is like a big win for ArenaNet.
I think one of the things that I started noticing in this, especially in like in the realm of torment areas or missions that we were doing, sort of, I like the way that they were setting up some lore things for later on in Guild Wars 2. Um, I've found it interesting how um, they were kind of starting to play with like different mechanics um, that they then went and kind of iterated on as ArenaNet does um, and put into Guild Wars 2. Like especially, I mean, I did a lot of raiding in Guild Wars 2, so I got some of those. I would call them proto raid mechanics, which we start seeing some of, like the Abaddon fight, which reminds me of in weird ways of the burn phase of like the Doom fight, except Doom is more interesting and he will talk smack at you. Um, in the Hall of Chains raid, the um, the raid where you have to go in and get the gin, which is very Vabian flavored. The first boss is kind of like you're fighting just a disembodied thing, like a head and hands, which is sort of like Abaddon. I was like, oh wait, this is I see where they're taking some or borrowing from their previous game. Like, all right, we need to do something with this boss. Let's reuse this idea. Here you go. But I think I hadn't remembered that, for example, Cormir gets that glow at the end of this game, and so when, spoiler alert, she does you do re-encounter her again, in Guild Wars 2, and she is also ginormous. But you can kind of see like she tells you, yeah, all right, so I've got a lot of work to do now. By the time you meet her again in Guild Wars 2, like she's used her time in the pantheon of the six gods to build up her little compendium of knowledge into probably one of my most favorite instances, which is that huge ass library that she
Cormier's
gets.
library is a very cool instance.
I love that, yeah.
I don't know
So
what I don't know where ArenaNet finds their map artists, but good lord, what a
they're such talent, yeah.
yeah the map design and art is probably my favorite part of Guild Wars
Yeah.
2 as a game.
Yes.
Just going places and looking at things is very cool in that game.
Yeah, and I remember playing through Guild Wars 1 as a, new to gaming or relatively new to gaming and thinking that even Guild Wars 1 in 2000 whatever I was playing it, it was a good-looking game. Now, it hasn't really aged as well as some others, but it's still Like there are some beautiful, beautiful maps and beautiful map designs, and they just they've kind of continued to impress me.
It is an exceptionally well animated game. I think that's something
Yes.
that people don't give Guild Wars 1 a lot of credit for enough.
Hmm.
Um, animation, how your animations sync up with your key inputs is a
Yeah.
huge part of what makes a game feel playable, for want of a better
Yes.
word.
Yeah.
And like I'm sitting there playing Guild Wars 1 and it feels fine. Like
Yeah.
feels good. Uh,
Hmm.
when when I first played Guild Wars 1, I thought it looked like real life. I
I
was
mean, that's the
I
kind of
was
thing. Yeah.
like, we've solved video game graphics here in 2006. This is as good as
Yeah.
it gets.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, and I started playing Guild Wars 1 in what, 2008 or 9, and I was just like, oh my gosh, let me just sit in, pre-Ascalon. Look at how beautiful this place is. I'm just gonna live here
yeah,
for a
because
little while.
your frame of reference was World of Warcraft and RuneScape, and
Right.
like
Right. Yeah.
the
Exactly.
World of Warcraft has a fun art direction, but it is not a high fidelity game graphically.
No.
In
No.
the time period, Guild Wars was
Yes.
like the online game that looked good
Yeah.
until like Black Desert Online came out, and then
Right.
it
Right.
all went down the drain. But I don't know when that game came out. 2009, 2020. I don't know.
Black Desert Online? I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, no idea. Probably way off on
Mhm.
the timeline there. But that is going to draw our discussion on Guild Wars Nightfall to a close, guys.
Mhm.
Little bit of news. We are going on a holiday break this year.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
we're going to go on, I wouldn't call it a hiatus, it's not going to be that long. But
No.
we're going to be returning in January of 2026. So as we speak, it is early November of 2025. We're going to be off for the rest of November and all of December. And then we're going to come back in January with the second anniversary of the show, starting Eye of the North. So that is kind of our plan for moving forward.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um,
So happy holidays, everyone.
yes, happy holidays, Miko. During the happy holidays, where can people find you on the internet?
I will be at Inky Sticks on your social media platform of choice.
All right, and you guys can find us at Tyria Now on Twitter and Blue Sky and YouTube and Twitch. And there's another one in there somewhere, isn't there?
Spotify and Apple
Spotify and Apple
Podcasts.
Podcasts. That's the one.
Yeah.
Um, so that is going to be where you're going to want to go follow us. And until after the holiday break, guys, we will talk to everybody later. Bye, gall. Bye, gall.
Bye.
Bye, all. Um,
I thought you were trying to say bye, y'all. And I was like, wow,
no,
Aaron.
bye, everybody.
Bye.